It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 836.
It's Weekend Banter. Welcome, Jess, Mason.
Hello.
Or Mr. 97, as we like to call him.
Great job
You're in
on
trouble,
the,
mate.
the Hump Day replay. I really enjoyed it with Georgie Boy. I feel like we learned more and more about both of you during that time. Sevs, it turns out that you're way into sport, more into sport than I actually knew. And
yeah,
you were sort of flexing it a little bit.
I've been into sport previously. Maybe in the past I would have associated with being the sports guy, but I've because you get into like FIFA and playing all the video games.
You said you're a 3-point shooter. What does that mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I probably hit 1 in 10, but I was too bad at layups. So the only thing I could do was shoot 1 in 10 threes.
1
in 10 threes. And how were you actually getting this data, Sebs? Like, I mean, it sounds like you're LeBron James and you've had all these sort of people in the stands checking off every time you get a three. Mate, you were 14 playing basketball at school. No one was keeping track.
Yeah, you just... No, the main thing is you just miss a lot and you hit maybe 1 every 2 games. And I would say I probably take 5 shots a game.
But I mean, the fact that you reckon you could know, the exact the exact analytics. You weren't part of some sort of 3 identical strangers program where someone followed you along.
No, I actually should have brought it on Hump Day, but we've actually got jumpers, like jackets, because our basketball team was called the Godfathers, and so we have red jackets with, for some reason, like a tropical like palm tree on the front. Doesn't make sense. And then I think Laura on
the embroidery business just had the patches and they said, look, I can give you a good deal on the palm trees. The Gold Coast palms are out of business, so we've got fucking 100 of them.
Well, we have been sort of, last week we checked in on Jess's dating life. I think we don't need to check in on that again. I want to check in on your sort of follow account on Instagram after it's opened up, Jess. I have one suggestion for you, which is how to not lose more followers if you've been losing followers.
If you're hemorrhaging followers, we can help you.
I'll tell you how not to in a second, but how is your Insta going?
Yeah, I think I'm 100 up since you guys opened up my Instagram.
That's huge.
That's mate.
Yeah.
If this was a stock price,
we'd be making money.
Yeah, we'd be making money.
Steady growth, baby. Well, there is one way I've spotted, and it's totally a sort of a byproduct of being around you, Josh. The reason why I do these things, and I stop midway, and I'm like, I'm being Josh Janssen. I'm looking at my phone. I'm thinking, why don't I have a toe thumb? This should be a toe thumb that I'm using. Anyway, no. I saw my friend. I won't say his name, but I saw my friend who removed everybody that he follows, and there was a couple of thousand, I think, and so he's done the complete cull and sort of put out a message and said, "This feels good. I've removed all my followers."
But no, it's not. He hasn't removed his. Has he removed his followers or his?
Sorry. Followed. He removed who he followed.
So he's like this, mate. Just don't have Instagram.
Mate, feeling good with no followers.
No. He followed no one, and he said it felt really good, and so he still had thousands of followers.
Yeah.
And so this is what celebrities do, right? There's a few people like, I think Bieber doesn't follow many. Beyonce, she got none? Has she got any?
She's got 0, yeah.
Okay. And so at that point you realise that you can be uber famous and still have people wanting to see what you have to say, and you don't care what anyone has to say. That's how self-indulgent you are. You're like, fucking, everyone loves me. I don't give a fuck about the world.
I am a broadcaster.
It's so funny. Anyway, in that moment, I was like, fuck. It's something you can do when you're like Beyonce status, because no one cares. It's like, oh my God, she doesn't follow anyone. That's expectable. That's expected. Sorry. And so I screenshot. Sorry, Lynn.
Lynn. What was that? I won't go into it.
Anyway, so what I did was, so let me fucking finish this. I screenshot his account at that level of 0 following and whatever amount of followers, and I looked at it today. And the reason I screenshot it weeks ago was because I was like, I reckon if I did that, I would lose followers. Like, I reckon people would be like, you're a fucking wanker, Tommy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and so
Especially the post as well.
Anyway, I've looked back at it, and he's lost almost 30 followers since doing that.
That's not too bad.
How many followers did he have?
A couple of thousand. So if you were Beyonce, what would say, let me just work out the quick percentage here. It'd be like point something. To Beyonce's account, it would be a lot in terms of the number, but not against the full figure of her following. But Jess, if I know we've opened it up, I know, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't just go and remove every single person you follow. And
can imagine Jess doing that. I mean, you're already archiving things that I've put up there.
Yeah, I've archived a few photos, and do you know what? I've started unfollowing people that I don't want to see anymore.
Oh, that's good. I don't know if that was.
Yeah,
that's good.
So
snip, snip.
Because I don't know if you guys do this, but if someone follows you, you feel obliged to follow them back. Not in the sense of Ryan John, but just like if you know someone and they follow you, you feel like you follow them back. And there's girls from school that I don't want to see. I don't want to see their kids and stuff. Like I don't. Like, I like my actual friends' kids, but not randoms. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. Their kids, yeah. No, I get it.
No, that's fair. Sometimes you just want to remember the kid from high school as that little fuckwit. Just the little, the idiot that smelt. And not that they've actually become a real person and have a beautiful family. The old memory of that's better.
I'm trying to be conscious of what I say on this show because Georgie Boy played back something that I said about my dating life last week. And I sound like an absolute mole, so I need to. I'm just trying to be conscious of what I say.
What did you say? Why do you think you sounded like a mole?
I was just really harsh to the guy that I stopped talking to.
Do you think that this maybe could be a bit of self-development for you? Like maybe it's like a bit of reflection.
Yeah, absolutely. That I am too.
Well,
harsh,
I don't think. No, yeah, but you're not a mole. Like I remember when I said I used that phrase or the word the first time. And my mum said that's a very bad, like, don't call people moles. It's really...
Where does that come from?
Use that word before.
I don't know. But
where does mole come from other than your face?
There was something in school where we'd always say, shut up, you ugly mole, like to everyone. Like, but you'd say it to everyone. I don't know.
Maybe because people think moles are ugly?
Ugly mole. Well, a mole is sort of like is it similar to a slut... Or are they completely different?
I don't know.
What does it mean to be called a mole?
Associated it with that word.
I mean, there's plenty of sort of definitions of mole. I'm trying to find they may dig. I found the animal, a mole. Urban Dictionary. That's where it is at this
maybe
point.
It's a compliment.
Yeah.
No, it's not a compliment. No, but I think it's a little bit harsh calling yourself a mole. I don't think you are a mole.
You're not a mole, Jess.
And so there was the show The Mole, and so it couldn't have been. I think it was around that time. Are
you talking MOLE or MOLL?
MOLE. What's MOLL?
So because I just typed in MOLE, and it's come up with mole. MOLL is a slang term with two different meanings in two different places in the US. Okay. It's the term for a gangster's girlfriend in Australia and New Zealand. It's
can imagine
that's what you are.
You're gonna have a boyfriend to be a girlfriend.
it also means like a prostitute.
Who said that? Because I wasn't watching the screen and I couldn't work it out.
That's Tommy. Yeah, I can imagine you in like a leather jacket though, like in some sort of club, just on the bed, like.
And so, sorry, Maze. What's in Australia and New Zealand?
The Australia and New Zealand is a prostitute.
Okay, so that's what Australian.
Okay.
You're not a prostitute. I think I can pretty sure I can say that you're not.
Times are tough at the moment.
Exactly.
For a lot of
not in COVID. And so the self-reflection. What does it make you consider? Do you think that you will actually change anything about your communication style?
I just need to, not say what I think on camera.
Oh wait, so
it won't stop me elsewhere.
Wait, so is the issue about you reflecting on it versus actually? Do you think that you are, and these are your words, a mole when you are DMing?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
So it's only
Well-
in reflection that you feel that.
Oh wait, I don't know what you mean by DMing then. What do you mean?
Well, no.
As
So
in, am I
so
a
is
mole
it
to
in
other
the actual?
people, or?
Yeah. Do you think that you're a mole to date, or do you think that you're a mole when you are talking about your dating?
Yeah, the latter. I'm definitely
Okay.
not a mole to other people. To that,
Okay.
like,
So I thought the way that you'd sort of said it was, oh man, oh no, I get that. Yeah, no, that's fine.
But Jess, do you
Whoa.
think that? So what you're trying to do, what you've noticed is something you've done, but you're not saying that. Oh my God, I was just talking shit. I didn't even mean that. You're actually just saying I need to pull back what I say and not talk my truth. And so,
You need to
are we
talk the
looking
truth,
at the truth being, you're pretty savage? Is that what you're saying you are?
Yeah.
Like, are you just going to? Is it now a facade moving forward? Do we need to build out the character of
I
who
can't
Jess
deal
is?
with nice Jess. I can't deal with you just pretending to be
No,
nice.
nice, Jess.
Yeah.
No. I think I was just savage because of the dating frustrates me, as we all know, and maybe
What
it was a defense
what
mechanism
frustrates you
because
more? Tech troubles or dating?
Oh, God. They
Or
are
trying to get
even.
a Zoom to work with a date. That's the ultimate.
Oh,
isn't
could you
it?
imagine? I'd
Yeah, it'd be a
be
nightmare.
savage as fuck.
You were talking on Hump Day about the your favourite weekend of the year.
Oh yeah, the Bendigo Easter Parade.
Yeah, so do you
Easter
think that,
Festival, rather.
And so do you think that that's going to happen next year? Did it happen this
No,
year?
probably not. No, it didn't happen. It was one of the first things that was cancelled when COVID started to hit, and it broke my heart. But I don't even think I'm going to be able to go next year because my friend's going to do a wedding over that weekend, if we can. I know,
Yeah.
so...
Is it
Are
the
you the
Easter
type of-
eggs? Do you like Easter eggs?
Yeah, I love Easter eggs, but they have to be Cadbury,
Uh-huh.
naturally, or Lindt.
Natural. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get the big, like you get like a milk carton style thing that's got all the eggs in it? You just sort of fucking smash, like they're a perfect sort of size, right? Like that sort of, like the sort of...
No, that's too
in
big.
the
I like
hand.
the little one, the dense
Oh, the
ones,
real
not
li-
the
too
hollow
much.
ones. Yeah.
The annoying thing about the little ones is it's so much wrapper wasted, like just so much time wasting in just like trying to get the fucking little thing out. It's just like so, and sometimes like when you
Not that
pick
hard.
the foil, you accidentally dig into some of the chocolate, so you end up with fucking chocolate under your fucking fingernail. It looks like you
yeah.
fucking the toilet
Can we
That
paper
get-
doesn't
is
happen,
broken.
JJ. Are you okay?
Can we get a grab from yesterday's show where Josh said he's not picky?
What do you mean? No, I'm not
You,
picky.
you said, "Oh no, I'm not picky."
No, I'll fucking
picky.
eat them. I'll smash a whole bag of those little ones, but I just prefer
Josh,
think-
in what context were you not picky?
not picky. Oh, do you think I'm picky?
Yeah.
Yes.
With what?
I'm picky.
100%. If you are the definition of picky.
Oh, I'm not picky. What do you mean? What am I picky about?
Oh, here we go.
You're picky about people. You're picky about
Here we go.
Food.
You're going to listen back to this,
food,
Jess, and think
yeah.
you sound like a real mole, but I'll let you. No, what else am I picky about?
okay.
So
Mates,
food.
what
Do you think
you
of food?
throw
Ah, here we
Anyway.
go. Well, so we were on FaceTime the other day,
Okay.
and so the scenario was the Mount Franklin water that you absolutely love, the sparkling water
Good
in the
point.
cans.
Yeah.
That was out. You run out in the fridge,
Mhm.
and so you're essentially what you said is I can't drink water. I can't drink water now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, you've got a soda stream, you can still have sparkling. He was like, nah, not the same.
No.
And so he wouldn't have water. He wouldn't have sparkling water. He's only having canned Mount Franklin water.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's. I
That's
guess
picky.
that's
Another
quite picky.
Well, I just
But I
looked up
understand.
what does picky
Like me
mean?
and my berries.
Fussy and hard to please. They're becoming
Yeah.
increasingly picky about where they stay. As an
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
it is. You're right, Jess. The definition.
And so, Jess, what was the other one?
Coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Like I just
Oh,
remember
yeah,
when
your
we were in the
milk.
office, you were just moaning about the milk and where you're going.
Oh, I think that I'll drink any coffee, but
No, you will, but it's.
interesting.
I'll talk about it.
I don't think picky is necessarily that you won't have it.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah. But is it? I'm really struggling to understand with me, especially in ISO, what's gear and what's just me. Because I say I do a lot of gear, but it's I also wouldn't have it any other way. So
it's you. It is you.
It could be me. Yeah.
I think the gear thing can be an easy out. Like I've used it, mate. It was just a bit of gear. Like when it just removes maybe the intensity 30% instantly. Just a bit of gear. But it doesn't mean that it wasn't real.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I've got one final one.
Okay.
Oh.
The index cards.
Index
You
card.
had to go.
Yeah, I mean
overseas.
that's not super fussy though, is it? Like I think the
Yes.
actually what I thought you were going to say is internet. I am very fussy about people's. Before I do a FaceTime with anyone, I get a whole network team to go out and run fibre because I'm not dealing with fucking dropped calls.
Oh God! Hey, just a quick life hack. Life hack. I had my wife. My FaceTime was really, really laggy, and I was talking to my brother, and he's like, "Mate, I'm feeling sick. What the fuck's going on with your FaceTime?" And I was like, so I closed the app, tried to open it again, didn't work. I connected to Wi-Fi, made sure, tried again, didn't work. Jumped off Wi-Fi, didn't work. Did all the stuff. You got to turn your phone on and off. If your FaceTime's laggy, turn it off and turn it back on, and it fixes it. Ridiculous.
I mean, it's
ridiculous.
like the turning off and on is probably the best tech hack of all time, and it's the thing that Jess, you struggle with the most, is turning off and on your devices.
Yeah.
And
if you're surely just shut it down at night time. Shut it down at night time. Come back. You got a fresh new computer in the morning.
If you're a big tabber like Jess is, you definitely sort of opposed to turning your computer off, and so I've said to Jess, I reckon, Jess, how many times have I told you to turn your computer off and on?
Yeah, well, this week alone, I think 3 times.
Mic technique, I'm picky with that as well. But the
I actually sent Grace a text. I sent Grace a text. I think I was a bit picky on the mic technique as well, because she started like coming out here when she was like talking on Hub Day. So I sent her a text just being like,
she was upstairs.
Stay in front of the mic.
Do you know what? There is definitely a new thing that we could create the term or the phrase now.
Here we go.
What would you describe this? When you are in a video conference call and you message someone, like you have to text them something so they can do it. So for instance, it's like one would be, I keep having these meetings with a guy who he does, actually this is quite good. It's like quite a corporate sort of environment, right? And the guy's obviously getting a little bit sort of comfortable with working from home, and he doesn't realize that if he doesn't mute himself, the audio level goes up and becomes very sensitive. So he talks, right? He's talking, and then he stops talking, and then it goes to someone else. And so like the manager's then talking, and I'm on the call, this is the client, and then the guy picks up his potato cake in a paper bag, and so you just hear like the crumbling sound of the paper, and then you just hear it sounds amazing, but it was to the point where, you know, Zoom picks who's talking. It's like it thinks
the yellow indicator
the potato cake is talking. It's great. So that's one. That's like, so I feel like if I was on his team, I'd be like, hey mate, just mute. We can hear your potato cake. Fucking sounds delicious.
It's the equivalent of a backseat driver, right? It's someone in the back, saying go left, go right, and so you're on the same call, and you need to instruct them.
You can't just do it in the chat because you don't want to. Like, it's not something that you want to bring everyone's attention to.
Well, there's the private chat, but. Yeah, but I guess it's the action. You're saying what's the label for the action?
Yeah, what's the label of doing a private chat when you're on a group call? Also, for instance, another one would be, I could imagine, Friday night drinks, the team all having fun, and then you guys see something like, oh, Josh is getting like a little bit too crazy, and so people start texting Bree, being like, hey, I reckon you probably should hide the gin. So that would be another example.
Okay. So I just looked up what is another word for backseat driver, and it's come up with noun, a constant critic, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's given a whole bunch of words. Zapper is one, which is the same as a niggler or a cavalier. a sensor, a knocker. But what about a Zoom zapper?
A Zoom zapper is good, and so a Zoom zapper.
Are you a Zoom zapper?
I feel like
zapper?
it's a positive thing though. That's a zap. I guess you're zapping away the problem,
mate. So is getting told the right directions to get to the cinemas, but it's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And it's too controlling. To be honest,
there's a control freak element to it, definitely.
Why don't we just call it heads up or something?
Heads up. Yeah, it doesn't have that. I just would love to. I feel like in this time.
Coin the term.
Yeah, it would be lovely to coin a term.
Lovely.
Don't you think? No, yeah. Lovely.
I mean, this is okay. So a zapper is the term for a remote control for a television, video, or another piece of electronic equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And so a Zoom zapper is somebody who likes to control somebody else's tech from the Zoom call.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's it. But there's also, like, I think I got the idea from One Trick Tony with Schunkling. Like, to shunkle.
What's that?
To shunkle is to shunkle a bed. Like, to shunkle a bed sheet. Mace, how would you describe shunkle?
Yeah, so it's when you're making the bed and you flick up the duvet or the blanket. Yeah, and you shake it out a little bit and make sure all the duvet is flat across the whole thing, and then you can lay it back down.
Doona.
And it's also a doona.
Shunkling.
Shunkle.
It sounds like...
you go on, TJ?
I was just going to say, it sounds like a Jewish term. Like
or maybe German. I could imagine
it is German, so it's actually in a German song.
It's actually a word for it. She didn't just make
it's like Jewish community love schmuck. You're a schmuck.
Mm-hmm. Shtick is Yiddish, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Shtick.
There you go.
Jess, when was the last time you got a new phone?
Probably 3 years ago.
Okay. You said you like the new phone smell on Hump Day.
Yeah.
I thought that like for someone who loves a new phone smell, it doesn't happen that much.
Well, no, I would have gotten a new one, but this one I pay $40 a month on it, so and I get 30 gigs and whatever. So yeah, it's paid out. In fact, I didn't even get it on a plan. My dad gave it to me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I'm hoping, because he gets heaps of phones through his business, so I'm hoping that I can get a new one soon.
Oh, great. Are they all like tradie style phones, like big brick? Like, yeah, you can...
Nah, they're all the new ones.
Okay. I feel like that's a difference. Like, TJ, don't you remember that tradies or anyone that's not even a trade, like just anyone in construction, the big selling point with like it's like... It should look like the rest of the tools, so that there'd be these big yellow, like it matches the fucking drill, the drills and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you pick it up thinking it's the fucking radio, the boom box, exactly. But it's your phone.
Yeah,
my dad had one in the car. He had a full car briefcase that you'd have to pull out, open up, pull out the phone. I'm sure your dad, kind of a tradie Jess, would have been into that. Would have had one of those growing up.
He used to have thick ass phones. He still does. The cases are thick. But the tech inside is great.
Is it the case? So the ones that you're talking about, Josh, is that still like an iPhone 4 just in a big case?
No, so there was a big, before the sort of iPhone, smartphone movement, they were just specific. So Nokia, Motorola, they all had like a tradie phone, which wasn't a case. It was the whole fucking thing, and it was like it was normally like a bright color. It looked like
bright blue. Had one of those. Yeah. My dad handed it down to me. Loved it. Wasn't a tradie. Never broke it.
It almost looks like it could be a stud finder.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I think a good reference, tradie Josh. That's a great reference.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? The same size type of
thing.
It's a
real, But
definitely. Jess, if you want this, so how about this? The new phone smell. There was a candle that came out that was like the new Apple product smell, and Apple actually went after them and took it down. But how great would that be?
No, because it's only enjoyable because you're getting this product as well. It's like this brand spanking new product. You're like, I don't care about the candle. or the actual smell rather.
Seems like you're working at the factory at that point.
Exactly. I want a new
smells
iPad.
like glue in there.
You want an iPad?
Oh, you want an iPad?
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's
iPad
talk
Pro?
about this. Let's talk
We
about
all-
this.
we
What do you
all
want?
want the iPad.
Yeah, I want an
We all
iPad.
want an iPad.
Yeah. Jess, what do you like about the iPad?
I want to get the pen and I want to use Procreate on it.
You,
What,
wouldn't
you want to
believe
start
it.
procreating?
Just anything. Like,
just anything.
I could just draw anything. I could take notes instead of like having my notepad here. I could use my iPad and take notes, or draw pictures on Procreate, or do my calligraphy on Procreate. Or I was gonna say reading, but I probably wouldn't. I'd keep my Kindle for that.
But you could
what else
highlight
use it for?
like you slam me
Oh, the
about the index
highlighting.
card
Oh.
stuff, but what you're describing, like that's the rabbit hole that I'm currently down. So I'm going so hard at the moment using my current iPad for everything, because I know in like 6 weeks' time when I'm ready for an iPad Pro, the first question Bree is going to bring up is like, what happened to your other iPad? And so I just need to fucking use it and show how much I love it. I'm doing FaceTiming with Sevs on it. I have it set up on a thing, Monopoly, using it for that.
What
Drafts.
age is your iPad? Is it the old charging port?
No, it's a it would be 2016. It's like the iPad 2, I think is what it's called, but it won't work with a pen. The pen is the thing that we want,
Okay.
Jess.
Yeah. Well,
See,
no,
I-
I also don't
that
like the
doesn't even
button on the
bother me.
bottom.
What was that, Jess?
You want the
Sorry.
button on the bottom.
No, I don't want the button on the bottom. You want the one where you can swipe up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Trump wants the
Which-
one with the button. So
Really? What do you mean?
Trump hates the swipe up. He tweeted recently
Fat
just like
fingers.
it
Baby's got fat
literally was
fingers.
like it was a comparison. It's like, look at what the fucking Trump's tweeting versus Joe Biden,
Mm-hmm.
and Trump's was like, Tim, message to Tim Cook,
He
the
wants it.
the swipe up's no good. Bring the button back.
Yeah, because of his
literally-
mask. When he wears his
Oct-
mask, he can't open it.
October 26,
Yeah.
2019, to Tim. The button on the iPhone was far better than the swipe! Exclamation mark.
You know what? He's onto something, because the how annoying is it now with masks trying to
Yeah.
unlock your
Oh.
phone?
Bad time.
Yeah, I have been using my. I mean, for you, JJ, you don't go out, so it's all good. But
Yeah,
it is
true.
fucking
I can
annoying when you are.
imagine.
Well, no, it's actually causing people to do the pull down and
Yeah,
get
yeah.
like I've done that a few times, and then I'm like,
I do
fuck, I
that.
may as well just start using the pin.
I thought you were going to say,
And then-
may as well fucking not wear this mask.
Hey JJ, how are you feeling?
Because I went out once, but also no, I've been sick, and I'm sick. So no, Tommy got me some orange juice for as part of a Fat Friday thing, and so I've smashed that.
You had the whole thing, yeah.
Bit of vitamin C.
Yeah. No, I've had like I 3/4. I've given the
Was
rest
it
to Bree.
Leo's?
No, it was the from Coles Local, and so
it was the
Tommy
freshly
it
squeezed
himself.
machine, so I
Oh,
pull
yeah.
the lever and it starts
Yeah.
dropping the oranges in. Was it wasn't sour or wasn't like
No, it went
was
down
nice,
really
perfectly?
well, and I had
Oh,
it like
good.
just like but yeah, my sinuses. Oh, sorry, not my sinuses, but the glands are very
Swollen
big.
glands.
But I'm shocking when it comes to being sick, because I just I can't help but talk about it. Like can't
That's
help
man
but like
flu.
mention it to like clients. Like, yeah, I'm sick, but don't worry about
Yeah.
me. Like, it's not COVID,
okay.
but I'll be okay. But yes, I am sick. Like, I'm
would
feeling
you
horrendous.
say you're a guy, because back in the day you'd go to work and be sick. You can't do that shit now. Would have you been one at Invado when you worked there to be walking around the office saying, mate, I don't feel good?
Well, no. So the thing with Invato is, this is what happens when you can work from anywhere. You don't end up taking sick days. It just doesn't happen, because sick days, for the most part, unless you are really fucked up or like mental health type stuff,
Yeah.
you can work. If you had fucking sniffles, you can do your job fine. It's just being around people. And so working from home, I reckon over 2.5 years, maybe. It's a classic thing of I probably took one sick day for 2 years, 4 months, and then the final 2 months, once you're fucking sort of getting your shit together, you all of a sudden get a bit more sick. And so you probably take like 4 days or whatever. But mental health stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, what do you, Jesse? I feel like you'd be someone to rock up at an office, fucking sneezing on everyone.
Yamal.
Just everyone.
Yes, though.
Yeah. For sure. I'm not one to take a sick day. Because the thing is, when you're actually sick, it's always at an inconvenient time. It's never at the time when you're actually quiet and you feel like you can take a day off.
Yeah.
No.
It's always because you have to go in and get done. JJ, one of the things I thought was interesting that you said on the phone yesterday, one of your symptoms of being sick.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain it to the other guys?
No, what my crusty, like inside my nose being crusty.
Oh, he showed me inside his nose, the ferret.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ferret. All right,
ferret. You're a ferret.
Maybe we could do a kids book together, Jess. The ferret,
The mole and the ferret.
There's a great book. One of my favorite books. I give. I wonder if I given it to Bodie yet. The little mole.
No, because you've still got his animals with bizarre animals that are friends with humans book.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. That's not his. That's mine. But you can borrow it. No, the little mole who knew it was none of his business. Favorite book as a kid. A little mole gets shat on by an animal, and it is the mole's job to go around and speak to all the different animals and compares shit and says, hey, like, does this look like this? So I don't know why. Oh, yeah, it's because of the
Is that book
whole...
about me?
No, it's not about you. But it's definitely it's a favourite. But no, so Jess was saying that you think that I am too graphic in talking about my symptoms.
Well, yeah, you showed me up your nose, but I thought one of the funny symptoms was that you couldn't think of a word, and then you blamed it on being sick.
Yeah. No, I couldn't. I literally, I was a bit foggy. I was trying to come up with a word. It was pissing me off. It was trying to work out, when you've got it, and it's like,
on the tip of your tongue.
You can't grasp it.
Yeah. I'll give you a TJ. I'll say what I was saying to Jess.
Okay.
And then you tell me if you can work it out, yeah?
Oh, I'm panicking. I'll probably not get it now.
It's like the joy of watching people, they say
vicarious.
No, that's what Jess said. No, it's like you watch Big Brother and
voyeurism.
Stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's got the definition wrong, because voyeurism is watching someone sexually undressed and that kind of thing through a window, which not. I
didn't realise.
Did you?
Saying, what I said to Jess, because I was like, one of my favourite things about Jess is that she always leaves her live photos on when she sends them through the messages, and you can bet that every single time I'm clicking and holding to see
creepy?
What's happening in the background, or doesn't everyone do that?
Well, I've worked out that that's what people do, and so sometimes I leave a little nugget in there. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. You just say it. So I sometimes do that when I'm sending it. It's like, piss off, Josh. And you just do it as you take the photo.
Well, I actually had to delete one of your... TJ sent me such a disgusting photo on iMessage that it was making me feel sick, and so I had to delete it off my phone. It wasn't actually... That wasn't yours, was it, Tej?
No, I said to Josh, I'm going to the toilet, and then I sent him a photo of a Google image that I searched and found that said it was ginormous poo, and it was the size of a forearm.
Yeah.
And then I sent that through to Josh.
It just made me sick. It was one of the first things that I've actually ever just edit, delete messages. I don't delete messages, but it was just making me feel sick.
It was worth a delete.
But Jess, you did say that you were that you thought it would be a good game where we could say the definition or something and then say the word. Have you done any research, or do you want to do this next time?
I've got 5 words for you.
Okay, great. So you're going to give us the description, and then based on the description, it's like a reverse dictionary.
Okay, I love it.
Okay. First one. Are you all going to play? Are you going to play Mace and TJ?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Buzzer's our name.
Yeah.
Buzzer's our name.
So that's a bit of feedback, Mason. Name buzzers, very common, easy sort of game show tool. You didn't use it with Hump Day. You're like, how are we going to do that? I guess Jess and Basil can both just say the answer. It was very painful hearing that bit. Just buzzer can just be their name. Okay.
Josh, save it for his review. Okay.
No, this
Not
is the
the
review. Okay.
This is the show about the show about the show.
Okay. Noisy and lacking in restraint or discipline.
Josh Mole. Noisy.
I've got it. Tommy.
Go.
Obnoxious.
Good guess, but no.
All right, let's go to the next one, and then at the
Okay.
end.
I mean,
we'll-
that fits into a lot of things.
Yeah.
Well, Mason,
Yeah,
you have a
that's the
crack because
game.
we've
Yeah, Mason.
Josh.
So you gotta
Well, mine's awful. It's just literally that's like disrespectful. Like it's not
say your name.
Mason. Disrespectful.
No.
Okay.
Disrespectful doesn't mean noisy and lacking in
Well, if you're
restraint or
noisy, you're
discipline.
disrespectful, and you don't have discipline and restraint. That's disrespectful.
Real attitude.
All right, next one is a fear of foreigners or strangers.
Josh, xenophobic.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Big one.
Okay, next one is not. You need
have to really
wait.
reach over.
You've got to get all 5 if we can give yourself
Okay.
your claps.
Yeah.
Okay, not
I
sensible
think
about
one's pretty
practical matters.
Josh, unreasonable.
Yep. No.
Don't say yeah. Just
Not sensible. Mason. Irrational.
No.
Okay.
Not sensible about. Say it again. Not sensible
Not
about.
practical matters.
Mole.
I thought you were
Nah.
saying your name as Mole.
yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. moving
Next
on.
one.
Someone who dislikes people in general.
Josh.
Tommy.
Josh.
Hater.
Yeah. No. Something like a Josh human phobic. It's not that though.
Someone who hates people in general. Say it again. Hates.
Someone who dislikes people in general.
Josh hermit.
No.
Guys,
Guys, I've not gone for common
recluse.
words. Like no.
no, because that's the descriptive word of
You guys are
actually
also
staying away.
sick. You okay?
Well, do you
God,
think that-
Doctor.
why
This
did-
is-
Oh yeah, because I see what you did there.
This is hard.
Yeah, the words are hard. So
Well, okay, so,
Next one.
so we're not
impressed at
sick.
how
You're
quickly
fucking
I mean,
sick.
there are a lot of- there are a lot
of words.
The
that you can
xenophobic
pick
one.
from.
Were you impressed how quickly I got that?
That was pretty
it
easy.
It was actually xenophobia,
why didn't you say
but
it?
I gave it.
Can you just give us the first letter of this word?
On the wait, should we go back to the first?
I've got one
No.
more word, and then
Okay,
you want
do
to
it.
go back.
All right.
Okay.
One more is lacking interest or significance or impact.
Tommy. Irrelevant. I don't know.
Impact.
And then I need us all
Josh.
to use these words in a sentence
Josh.
this week. By the way,
Indifferent.
no.
No, so they're bigger. They're sort of meatier.
Yeah, they've
words
gone
on that.
hard. This is hard.
Okay,
I mean,
Jess.
The first one you should have got. I
Okay,
think.
do the first one
maybe.
again.
Noisy and lacking in restraint or discipline.
Gronk. Josh. Gronk.
Rambunctious.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Was
well
it?
done.
That was great. That's in a
done.
song, isn't
Oh,
it?
mate, sorry. If that's not better than your xenophobia.
No, that was really good.
Rambunc-
Well done. Okay.
Did
so
you-
first-
Rambunctious.
You didn't search that, did you?
No, I swear to God. There's
No,
there's a song where he says
Song.
it's literally the opening. It's like noisy and rambunctious. It's like I'd never fucking use that word ever.
Is that
It's just
what-
in a rap
what is
song.
it? I
It's in a
like
rap song.
big. Is it that song?
No,
What
no,
is
no.
it? It's
I like them round
what's his
big.
name?
You know that song,
Funny
Seb?
that is.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
that
I know
song?
that song. I think it's
I like big
rowdy
butts.
and rambunctious.
Rowdy and rambunctious.
Becky, look at her butt.
No, that's a
Round
throwback to the
and
80s.
rambunctious.
Joyner Lucas, ISIS.
Okay.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
So we got xenophobic.
Yep. So then and then so the next one was not sensible about practical matters.
Yeah. What is it? You tell us.
Quixotic.
First letter.
Quixotic.
Yeah, quixotic.
Quixotic. That's what you would
Yeah.
never have got it.
Quixotic.
Quixotic.
I've never heard that word
Yeah.
before.
Okay.
Is that Joe Exotic's cousin?
That's very good. That's very good.
Did you see that meme where it's like 6 months since Joe Exotic came about?
Yeah. Or would you see
Yeah.
the Macaulay Culkin one?
Yeah.
40
years.
He's
Tweet?
old, what the f-
Yeah. I'm 40. Fuck.
He's 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man,
And he's
To be
had
honest,
like a
it'd be
fucking
such an annoying thing
drug
to be
addiction. He
known.
looks great for 40. He's gone
Does
through
he?
a lot. You don't think?
does he?
Um,
There's a few other
not
people
really.
I'd go to saying look great for their age over Macaulay Culkin.
I think Macaulay looks great. I think he could do Home Alone 4. And you wouldn't bat an eyelid.
And it was a year between?
Why is that man in the house? Yeah, go on, Jess.
He still looks
Okay,
like a baby,
we-
doesn't he?
Yeah, see?
Huge baby.
I think it's the denim
Yeah,
jacket
yeah.
he wears.
Okay, so next one was someone who likes people in general. My Siri's going off.
Oh, yeah.
Was it likes or dislikes?
Dislikes.
Sorry, dislikes people in general.
What is that? Something phobic?
Misanthrope.
Oh,
Misanthrope.
mate. Misanthrope.
I'm going to put that on my Insta bio. Misanthrope.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
and yeah, this was very somewhat targeted at you, Josh. And
Here we
then
go.
the next one is lacking interest or significance or important. Not this one, the last one.
Okay.
Statusless. What is it?
lacking significance or import.
Peasant.
Oh, yeah, peasant. Yeah. Peasant's a good one. No? What is that?
Peasant
it's
is a great
jejune.
guess.
Jejune?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Real French,
Jejune,
isn't it?
wow.
Je ne sais quoi.
Did you?
Well, Josh, I'm glad that we can say we got one. Mason, you're a
But
loser.
there's still one. No, there's still one more. There's still the final
then
one.
this is
That was
Mason's.
it.
Was that the
No,
one that
that's
was
it.
like me?
Yeah.
Jejune?
No, you were misanthrope.
Misanthrope. Okay.
Misanthrope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a daily talk show, Jess. Thank you for joining us. Mason, hope
Fun
that-
game.
Yeah, that was a really fun game. I did want to ask you about your boyfriend whose name was bigfeet@hotmail.com, but we can leave that for another time.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mason, as well. It's weekend banter. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.
See you guys.